we've been given information about two companies from 2018 to 2023. All right, profit percent earned by each company. And we've been given a formula as well. In the year 2023, if the income of company B was 70 crores, then what was the expenditure of the company B in the year? All right, and we've been given options. Simply use the formula. All right, so if we've been told that profit percentage is equal to income minus expenditure upon expenditure into 100, we've been given income. All right. And we know that in 2023 for company B, it is 40%. So we can just write 40 is equal to income, which is 70. All right. So profit 40, income 70, minus expenditure, which we'll take as X, upon expenditure, which is X, minus X upon X into 100. And now we simply solve for X. X over here is division, because that side it becomes multiplication. 100 over here is multiplication. If it goes that side, it becomes division. All right, so we are going to end up with 40x upon 100 is equal to 70 minus x, which going further, all right, we can say 0.4x 0.4x is equal to 70 minus x. Now, I'm simplifying it further here. Okay, so 0.4x is equal to 70 minus x. I've already written. Minus x over here is subtraction, goes that side, it becomes addition. So we have 0.4x plus x is equal to 70, which further simplifies to 1.4x is equal to 70. All right, x we leave on the left hand side. 1.4 is multiplication. Goes that side, it becomes division. All right, so we have got x is equal to 70 upon 1.4, which I can write as 700 upon 14. Okay, and then I'm doing 14 ones are 14 fives are. All right, and I'm going to end up with 50. X is 50. What is X? Expenditure. What did they ask for? Expenditure. Our answer is 4. Next, we have question 2. In the year 2022, if the income of company B was 52 crores and the expenditure of both company A and company B were the same, then what was the average income of both the companies A and B? All right, so we basically first need to find out the income of A and B, keeping in mind that the income of company B was 52 crores and expenditure both A and B are the same number. We don't know what that number is. All right, so let us first find out the expenditure for company B. And I'm going to take that as X using the same formula that we have over here. Which year are we talking about? 2022. And for now, we are concentrating on company B. So 30%. All right, so 30 profit percent 30 is equal to income, which I know is 52, minus x upon x into 100. And then we are following the same sequence as last time, where we say that 30x upon 100 is equal to 52 minus x. Okay, and 52 minus x. And then we can say that 0.3 x is equal to 52 minus x. Further simplifying, we can say that, okay, this minus x goes, that side becomes plus x. Okay, and therefore it is now going to be 0, 1 point. Okay, 1.3x is equal to 52, and x will be equal to 52 upon 1.3, which is 520 upon, okay, 520 upon 13, and 13 ones are 13 fours are. Okay, and what we are getting over here is the expenditure for A and B. Okay, so what I've just got is B, but it is also equal to the expenditure of A. Now, after having calculated X, okay, therefore X, which is the expenditure of both the companies, is 40 crores. I now need to calculate, I now need to calculate the income of company A. Company B, I know the income is 52. I need to find out income of company A to find the average. Okay. So I'm going to solve this on top over here since we have space. All right. We again are going to say percentage. All right. So in 2022 for company A, profit percentage is 45. So 45 is equal to, this time I will say income is Y minus the 40 which I've calculated before upon 40 into 100. Okay, and now we can solve. So we have 45 is equal to, okay, or maybe I can just take 45 into 40 upon 100. Why? 40 over years division goes that side, it becomes multiplication. 100 over years multiplication goes down here, it becomes division. Okay, so this is all equal to y minus 40. Okay, and I'm going to continue along this line. Okay, it's going to be easier to solve now. 45 into 40. Okay, is going to be 450, 900, 1800, 1800 upon 100. Do the math, you'll also get the same number. It's equal to y minus 40, which implies 18 is equal to y minus 40, which implies y is equal to 18 plus 40, and therefore y is equal to 58. Now, if y is equal to 58, okay, and that is the income of company A, and company B is 52. So 58 plus 52, which I think is 110. Average we divide by 2, we would end up with 55. And therefore our answer is 3. Next question. If the ratio of the expenditures of company A in 2019 and 2023 is 4:3, then the income of company in 2019 is, again, we need to calculate that. So what we're going to do is, again, keeping in mind the formula, right? And I'm going to go up once to write down the formula. Profit percent. Okay, profit percent is equal to income minus expenditure upon expenditure into 100. Profit percent is equal to income minus expenditure upon expenditure into 100. And what we are going to do is we're going to say let expenditure in 2019 be 4x and 2023 be 3x. Now that we have that, we will be in a position to solve for income in both the years in terms of expenditure. All right. And for 2019, the income, we can maybe call it I-19. Okay. And similarly, I-23. All right. With that reference, we can go ahead and do some calculations. Now, I need to go up and look at the table. 2019 is year and 2023 is year. We've been asked to do this calculation for company A. For company A, 2019 is 25%, 2023 is 50%. Okay, so 25, 25 is equal to income in 19, which I don't know what it is, minus the expenditure in 2019 upon the expenditure in 2019 in 100. This is one equation. Similarly, I can say that 50 is equal to income in 23 minus expenditure in 23 upon expenditure in 23 into 100. Okay, this is my second equation, and now we can solve. All right, and 4x is division, goes that side, it becomes multiplication. 100 is multiplication, it goes that side, it becomes division. So we have 25 into 4x, okay, implies 25 into 4x upon 100 is equal to I19 minus 4x. All right, and 4 into 25 is 100, and 100 upon 100 will be 1. So what we're going to end up with is simply x is equal to I19 minus 4x, which I can then finally imply to, okay, 4. Okay, let me write a little more neatly, 4x. 4x over here, subtraction goes that, so it becomes addition. Okay, so what we have is 5x is equal to income in 2019. Now we repeat the same procedure over here, and this time 3x goes there as multiplication, 100 will end up going down as division. Okay, so we have 50 into 3x upon 100, okay, will equal to the income in 23 minus 3x. And now I can further imply, and this time it won't be 1, it'll be 1.5. 3 into 50 is 150 upon 100 is 1.5. So 1.5x is equal to I23 is equal to I23 minus 3x. And now this 3x over here subtraction goes that side, it becomes addition. Okay, goes that side, it becomes addition. And therefore, we are going to end up with 1.5x plus 3x, which is 4.5x is equal to I23. Okay, so I have one equation here and I have another equation over here. And now it will be possible. Now it will be possible for me to simplify. Now, they have asked us to calculate. They have asked us to calculate the percentage difference between 2019 and 2023. The income of 2019 is dash more than 23. So that means we have to compare with 23. That means we're going to have to subtract from 23. Okay, so that percentage that we're trying to calculate is 2019 minus 2023 divided by 2023 because we're comparing 2019 with 2023. Okay, and this is income. Income in 2019. Okay, income in 2019 is 5x. Income in 2023 is 4.5x. So we simply substitute. We have got 5x minus 4.5x upon 4.5x, which is equal to 0.5x upon 4.5x. Okay, and keep in mind, but when we're calculating percentage, it also multiplies into 100. So we also into 100. And I think life becomes very easy. X's and X's go. We can rewrite this as 5 upon 45 into 100. And okay, we're going to end up with 100 upon 9 because 5 ones are 5 nines are. Now 100 upon 9 I think is one of the options. Let's have a look. Okay, 100 upon 9%, and therefore your answer is 4. Okay, so this is slightly more lengthier than the sums we've just done. Obviously, if you all have any doubts, feel free to put it in the comments. Now, moving forward. If in the year 2021, expenditure of company A was equal to the expenditure of company B, then what was the ratio of the respective income? All right, so one more time, I'm writing down the general formula where percentage of profit is equal to income minus expenditure upon expenditure into 100. Okay, this is the basic formula. Now they're telling us in 2021, expenditure A and B are the same. So let the expenditure, let the expenditure be X. And now I'm going to go to 2021 and just see what was the percent profit for both companies. Okay, so 2021, we have 60 and 45, which I'm going to quickly go down and write down in equations. Okay, so 60, 60 is equal to income of A, all right, income of A minus X upon X into 100. And similarly, 45 is equal to income of B minus X upon X into 100. And now we simplify both these equations, all right? So this implies, all right, X over years, division goes that side, it becomes multiplication, 100 over years, multiplication, it goes that side, it becomes division. Okay, so we are going to end up with 60x upon 100 is equal to IA minus X. And then that further implies to 0.6x is equal to IA minus X. And finally, X over here subtraction goes that side, it comes addition. Okay, and we are going to say that uh, 1.6x is equal to IA. And now we're going to repeat the same process over here, where we are going to say 45x upon 100. 45x upon 100. Okay, we put x on top, we put 100 down. 45x upon 100 is equal to income of B minus X, further implying 0.45 x is equal to IB minus X. And now I can simplify that further, where x is subtraction goes that side, it becomes addition. So 1.45 x is equal to income of B. Now the question is, what is the ratio of the respective incomes? Okay, so income of A is 1.6, income of B is 1.45. So I think if we do 1.6x is to 1.45x and simplify, I think we're going to get it. All right, so first of all, the x's go. Then I have 1.6 and 1.45. I'm going to simplify that further and say 1.60 is to 1.45, because then I can get rid of the decimal point. 160 is is to 145. And now we simply use tables to simplify it to the maximum extent possible. Okay, no problem. So let's see. 5 is definitely doable. All right, so I'm going to say 5 threes are 15 and 2. Okay. Similarly, 5 twos are 10 and 5 nines are 45. 32 is divisible by 2 all the way, but 29 is a prime number. Okay, so this is our final answer, and therefore our answer is 2. Any doubts? Feel free to mention. We now move on to the next question. For company B, income in 2018 equals expenditure in 2020. Our formula for profit percent is income minus expenditure upon expenditure into 100. Okay, I need to look for company B 2018 and 2020. Company B 2018 and 2020. That means we're looking at 25 and 50. Okay, and I will write that down. Okay, so 25 is equal to income in 2018 minus expenditure in 2018 upon expenditure in 2018 into 100. Okay. Similarly, we have 50 is equal to income in 2020 minus expenditure in 2020 upon expenditure in 2020 into 100. Okay, and now we are going to solve for income as far as 2018 is concerned. All right, so um, expenditure, we the 18 is division goes that side, it becomes multiplication. 100 is multiplication goes that side, becomes division. Okay, and we are going to end up with 25 upon 100 into E18. Okay, which is equal to I18 minus E18. And we can simplify this further, saying that 0.25, okay, and I'll go slightly to the right, 0.25 E18 is equal to I18 minus E18. Okay, and now this E18 over here subtraction, because that's it becomes addition. Okay, so it'll be 1.25 E18 is equal to I18. Or in other words, the income in 2018 is equal to 1.25 times the expenditure in 2018. Okay, now what else do we need to keep in mind? They've told us that the income in 2018 was equal to the expenditure in 2020. Okay, so let me simplify 2020s also. All right, E20 over here, same thing goes upstairs, 100 will go down. So I'm going to end up with 50 upon 100. E20 is equal to I20 minus E20, which, okay, since we are doing it in line, I'll do it in line, uh, which further simplifies to 0.5 E20 is equal to I20 minus E20. Okay, and I am putting purposely, don't get confused. All right, now E20 subtraction goes that side, becomes addition, and we're going to end up with I20 is equal to 1.5 E20. Okay, and now that we've reached here, it should be a little easier for us to proceed. We've been told that income in 2018 is equal to expenditure in 2020. Then we have been asked to calculate the ratio of income of B in 2018 to that in 2020. To what in 2020? To income in 2020. All right. So we've been asked to calculate a ratio of income in 2018 to income in 20, okay, income in 2020. And we have values, we have equations which will help us to reach the substitutions here. Okay, so let's see. First of all, income in 2020 we know is 1.5 times expenditure in 2020. And we also know that income in 2018 is equal to expenditure in 2020. So what is income in 2018? It is 1.25 times expenditure. Okay, so I have this value. So I'm going to substitute 1.25 times expenditure in 18 is to income in 20. Now, income in 20 is equal to this. All right. And I know that income in 18, which is 1.25 times expenditure in 18, is equal to expenditure in 20 is equal to expenditure in 20. So I can take this a step further and say 1.5 times 1.5 expenditure in 18. All that I've done is I've substituted the value of E20 that I have from here. Okay, and that also I'm now in a position to put into the equation. So 1.5 times 1.25 1.25 E18. And now we can do some cutting. 1.25 gone, 1.25 gone, E18 gone, E18 gone. And what I have left is 1 is 2. 1.5, which we can write as 10 upon 10 is 2. 15, which simplifies to 2 is to 3. All right, and let's see if 2 is to 3 is one of our options. Okay, 2 is to 3 is option number 1. All right, so this is a little more trickier than the previous 4, but here also we are able to get the answer. Any doubts, feel free to ask. And please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.